March 13, 1995. Dear Diary, today is my birthday. I'm 7 years old. I had a good time at my birthday party, especially at the end when we had s'mores and Grandpa told scary stories by the fire. I got a lot of cool gifts, but I love my diary that Grandpa gave me. I'll try really hard to write in you as often as I can. Love you, good night. May 2nd, 1997. We've been learning about World War II in class recently. Grandpa was invited to speak to the class about his experience during the war. He told his usual scary stories to the class. The lights were out. I looked around and saw that most of the other kids were scared. Not me though, I've heard so many of Grandpa's scary stories. He picked me up after school and we got ice cream on the way home. I learned a lot about Grandpa today. He was only 20 years old when he went to war. He was stationed in Poland, where he met my grandma. Apparently she was very beautiful then, as she was the day she died. I sadly never met her. She died before I was born. May 15, 1997. I asked Grandpa more about Grandma today. He said that he felt enchanted by her when he first met her. I'm not sure what that word means. I'll have to look it up later in a dictionary or something. He said she was sick later in life and told me that he remembered a time he woke up and found her standing out on the front lawn just staring at the moon, mumbling to herself. As he approached her, he could hear her chanting something over and over again. She was just staring at the moon, her eyes wide and unresponsive. That's another word I'll have to look up later. Anyways, he got quiet for a minute and jumped at me saying boo. I can't believe I fell for it. He laughed at me when he saw me jump. I feel so dumb for falling for it. June 1st, 1997. Mom and Dad said I can't go to summer camp this year. I'm so mad. Grandpa surprised me with a new tent and said we can go camping for a few days. I'm really excited to spend time with Grandpa. June 7th, 1997. I can't believe I left my diary at home. Camping was great. Grandpa told me some new scary stories I never heard before. I couldn't sleep because I was so scared. On one night I heard some weird noises outside and something shook my tent. I asked Grandpa if he heard anything that night. He said he didn't. I hardly slept the rest of the time we were camping. I think Grandpa felt bad because he told me that it was him who was trying to scare me when I was sleeping. Well, good night, diary. Hope you didn't miss me too much. March 13, 2000. Today is my birthday and was career day at school. Grandpa picked me up from school today to take me to dinner with my parents. He asked me about career day. I told him I wanted to be a soldier just like him. Grandpa's reaction was not what I expected. He was quiet and seemed upset. He said to me, "War changes you. They make you do things you never thought you'd do and send you places people should never go." I've never seen Grandpa this way before. The car ride the rest of the way was quiet, but once we arrived, Grandpa went back to his usual self. Dinner was good. I had a burger, with onion rings and a peanut butter cupcake. Everyone sang happy birthday, my dad sang the loudest like me always does. November 8, 2002. I told my parents today that I liked girls. Gramps was the only one who seemed supportive. Good old Gramps, he's always had my back. My parents just told me that this is just a phase. It isn't. December 1st, 2002. Apparently, I like boys too. His name is Josh. I like his dark hair and blue eyes. He's so hot, ugh. XOXO. December 16th, 2002. I hate boys, especially Josh. Fuck him and that bitch Rachel Tate. February 13th, 2008. Hey diary, been a while. How do I start? My grandfather died today. Cancer. No one knew. I was in class when I got the call. I wanted to cry right there during the lecture. Mom said the funeral is next week. I'll be flying home next Wednesday, gonna take some personal time off. I can't believe he's gone. I'm sorry I didn't call more. I miss your stories. I miss you. February 24th, 2008. Today was my grandpa's funeral. It was very sad, but there were so many there to see him off. A lot of people said some very nice things about him. When it was my turn to speak, all I could bring up were his scary stories and the camping trip. I'm glad I had my diary with me to relive all those great moments. Goodbye Grandpa. March 1st, 2008. I'm back home in my apartment. It feels so much more lonely here in knowing that he's not here around anymore. Dr. Parr thinks it's a good idea that I've been writing in my diary. Oh yeah, I have a therapist. I've had one for a couple years, since I started college. Why you ask? Stress. Depression. Yes to both. God's being an adult sucks. March 3rd, 2008. I don't know what's going on, stuff keeps just disappearing and then reappearing in a different place, like the remote. It was on the couch and then I found it in the silverware drawer. I mean that could be explained to be simple memory lapse, but the vase? The vase was by the front door and ended up in the shower. Then I lost my phone. I couldn't find it anywhere in the apartment. You wanna know where I found it? In the freaking car. I didn't even go anywhere today. How did it end up in the car? And what's even scarier is that my car was locked. I don't know what's going on. Is my place haunted or am I just getting forgetful? Maybe it's the new meds I'm on. Anyways, I decided to set up a camera in my bookshelf just in case someone might be breaking in and is stealing something or messing with me. March 5th, 2008. I don't know what the hell happened, but I woke up this morning in the bathtub with the water running. I called my doctor and she said that my meds can cause restlessness. She recommended I lower the dosage. I checked my camera just in case. There was nothing on there. I took a nap today on the couch and when I woke up, I was outside on the balcony. I'm really worried that I may be sleepwalking. It would explain why my stuff gets moved around. Maybe I should lower the dosage some more? I don't know, I'll call my doctor in the morning and ask. March 7, 2008. I had a terrible dream last night. In it, this strange woman was standing in my living dream making this horrible screaming noise. I was about to look at her face when I woke up to someone knocking at my door. It was the police. They said that the neighbors called because they heard a horrible screaming noise coming from my apartment. Was it actually me screaming? What the fuck is going on? I checked the camera in the bookshelf. It was gone. March 8, 2008. I had another dream last night that the same woman from my dream had a knife and she was cutting off the top of my head. She was scalping me in my dream. When I sum up, chunks of my hair were missing. They'd been ripped out of my head. I couldn't find them in the house. Am I doing this to myself? I tried calling my doctor today. She wasn't in. I'll try again tomorrow. March 9, 2008. I had another fucking dream. This time that bitch had a red hot poker and she jammed it into my eye. I woke up to this searing pain in my eye. My fucking eye was gone. I called the hospital and the doctors said it was gouged out. The paramedics couldn't find my eye anywhere in the house. I told the doctors about the recent sleepwalking and events in my house. They assumed I had been doing this to myself in my sleep. They decided to keep me for a couple of days to monitor my sleep. It's getting harder to write now that I only have one eye. March 11, 2008. They are releasing today. They said that they didn't notice anything unusual during my stay. Nothing on the cameras or the machines monitoring me. They prescribed me a mild paralytic to help me from potentially hurting myself in my sleep. My life is forever changed, but at least I look cool with an eye patch. Silver lining, right? March 12, 2008. I woke up this morning in the tub again, but this time it was filled with ice. There was a cut on my stomach that was sewn up. I am not doing this to myself. I called the police and they looked around, but didn't see any forced entry or any sign of someone being in my apartment other than me. I went to the hospital again and they did an ultrasound and determined that a part of my liver looked as if it was missing. They offered to do exploratory surgery to confirm, but I turned them down. I've already been cut open one too many times today. The doctors suggested I stay overnight, but I just want to go home and pack up my place and leave. I anyway messaged my landlord and told him I'm leaving. I don't care if I'm breaking my lease. He can keep the $500 deposit, I don't care. I just want out of there. They prescribed me some pain meds and sent me home. What a shit week. Tomorrow is my birthday, and I don't even want to celebrate it. I'm in pain and I'm pissed. I thought of my grandfather on the ride home. I remembered the time he told me how war changes you. It must have been hell over there. I'm in my personal hell right now. Maybe this will change me too. All I know is that the meds are kicking in and there are police sitting in a car outside my apartment. It's midnight now, happy fucking birthday. March 13th, 2008. Dear Diary, today is my granddaughter's birthday.